So, hi everyone. I recently had someone ask in one of my for on a YouTube comment if I could please share how I've pretty much gotten a lot of samples and possible PR items from certain websites. Well, there's a few ways you can go about it. Let's start with the way that I started, but before I go off on a ramble tangent, let me just say thank you for stopping by. And if you're coming back, and thanks for being here if you're new. And don't forget don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you like what you see. But basically, how I started out was using sort of like the platforms. So platform websites to me, and I'll break this up as quickly as I can. Are websites such as Tomoson.com and giveaway services. There are a lot of other ones as well, like Buzz Agent and Influencer and stuff like that. But those basically are kind of more, they're not quite the same premise as Tomoson and giveaway service. So the way Tomoson and giveaway service work is that you actually apply to review items. And Thomason's website is ever changing these days. So I will add the information to Tomoson and giveaway service in the description below so you guys can check it out and actually see what I'm talking about. But basically what you do is you apply to review products. And there isn't a guarantee that you will receive the product. Even if you apply, it is to the discretion of the promoter. So they have different guidelines. Like sometimes it'll say, promote through Facebook or Instagram or a video or a blog post, things of that nature. They're also doing a new thing called content distribution, where if you're approved, you use set photos and captions for set posts that the promoter would like you to share via social media, your blog, or whatever else. But again, I'll add Tomoson's information and giveaway service as well in the description below, so you guys can look into that and read all that stuff. So basically, that's how I kind of started. And if anybody needs anything that's fairly recent from a Tomoson review, would be the ring light that I reviewed not too long ago. That's one of the videos that's there. If you want, I'll link it in a card or in the description so you guys can check it out. But basically, again, you apply for products. Some products you may be free. Some products you may have to pay a small fee, depending on what exactly it is. Some products you may have to pay, you may be reimbursed. But again, you kind of have to go through their website and check it out and see if it's for you. And I will also say that really take the time and think about it, because sometimes you end up with a lot of stuff that you may not always use or you may not always need. So that's something that you'll have to kind of debate as well. I've been trying to only review things that I'm really going to use or that I know I can share with others, like friends and stuff like that, but that's just me. The next thing that I really did that I've always liked is free samples. And free samples are pretty easy to find. Sometimes you can find them directly through manufacturers. I know sometimes, such as Garnier or L'Oreal or some of the other brands, have a free sample every once in a while if you sign up for their newsletters. Such as the last thing I received from Garnier for signing up for their newsletter was a sheet mask. So it really depends. Sometimes even if you sign up for newsletters in general, they may send you the newsletter and it'll say, oh, by the way, for the first however many people, we're having a sample of X if you'd like to try it. So it varies. I also was chosen not too long ago, within the last few weeks, from Tresemme. I was sent an email saying that I was chosen to review 2 products, or review a shampoo and a conditioner product. And I was kind of surprised about that. I don't know how they picked me, if it was just something at random and they were sending out emails to people that subscribed to their newsletters, or people that they had or someone that had posted a review on their website in the past, which I had. But I'll talk more about that when I actually do the review for the shampoo and the conditioner. But that was quite a surprise because they sent me the email and I didn't contact them at all. And there's also websites that dedicate to sharing free sample information, such as Freebie Shark. That's one of the ones I like. The ones I like are Freebie Shark, Guide to Free, Beau, and I Crave Freebies, because those usually have updated samples all the time. And every once in a while, like with everything, if the samples are really popular, all 3 news or 4 newsletters, whichever ones you sign up for, will have one particular sample in common. But again, like with everything, you're not guaranteed a free sample. It's usually while supplies last, and sometimes you may get a sample like, excuse me, weeks after you apply for it. I've had that happen too. I had, I'm sorry, I had that happen with a sample I had completely forgotten that I had requested. I didn't think it was going to come in the mail, and it came, I don't know how many weeks after I applied for it. So again, it really does depend on, I guess, the manufacturer and what they have on hand. And another thing, please don't ask me for samples. I've had people ask me via social media for samples directly, and I don't have them. I just like to share the information, or even if I just share a photo of a sample that I received, I've had people ask me for links and stuff like that. So the next thing you can do, or the last thing that I've done, is actually contact companies. So I've one day I actually went through and just sat at my desk and saw everything that I had and wrote to various companies. And sometimes it works out. Sometimes they do write back to you. Sometimes you do, they are willing to work with you. All I can say is be polite about it and be nice. Don't bash a company because they don't write you back either, because I've seen that where people basically have hissy fits via social media because they didn't get what they wanted. Don't do that, because that doesn't help anybody. But what I did is I just basically contacted a lot of companies that I use, such as like just anything in general, like skincare, stuff like that. I've written to a lot of companies, and sometimes they'll forward your email to their PR department if they have one. Sometimes the customer service representative will write you back and tell you, no, we don't work with individuals, or you have to have a set number of followers, or whatever the rules are for each company. Some companies actually take down your information and forward it, and you may get a reply back from the PR department. You may not. Again, it just varies from company to company. But one company that I can tell you that they do have free samples if you're willing to post a review on their website, or is Maple Holitics. I've actually worked with them a few times in the past. Reply time may vary depending on the products that they have on their free sample list, but they do get back to you as quickly as possible. And I think it also depends on which items you request. So that may be helpful. I'll add the link to that as well. But getting back to contacting the companies, what you can do is just send a basic email and tell them, you know, if it's a product you use all the time, be honest and tell them that you've been a user of their product and that you would like to share more about their company with your readers or followers, or however you'd like to word it. Just word it nicely and cordially. Just don't say, hey, I like your stuff, can I have something for free? Because that's not going to happen. Another thing I've done as well is I've contacted companies that I've been interested in I've been interested in learning more about. And sometimes I do get replies back from them. Sometimes I might get just a sample to try, or they may just send me basic information that I can learn more about their company. So it really does vary from company to company and from product to product in general. But as I said, be nice about it, be cordial about it. Most of the time, if they do write you back, sometimes they do forward your information to whoever is in their PR department, or they give you another email to forward your email information to. So again, it really just varies. And I will say that it does take time and it does take effort for all of this. It's not easy. Sometimes it's not glamorous either, because it takes so much time. And it can be quite stressful sometimes. But I mean, if you're willing to find out more and willing to take your time and do a quality review, just don't say, oh, this was great and I liked it because it did X. I mean, just try to be honest and say what you think. And again, don't bash the companies because things didn't work out the way you wanted it to, because that doesn't help anybody. But that's my opinion. And I hope this was helpful. If anybody has any more questions or suggestions or anything else they'd like me to talk about, comment or add it to the comments or contact me through any of my social media. The links are in the description below. And I'll try to think up something else that we can talk about or have another discussion like this. So have a good day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.